Yo, what's up, Hustle Mafia? Man, it's y'all boy Sluu Hustle, and we're back again with Ceddy Nash as he breaks down some more of the testimony. I broke it into two parts because I think 2 hours is just way too long for one video. Smash the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm giving a PlayStation away to one of my subscribers. All you have to do is be a public subscriber. That's all. Let's get straight into it. Shout out to Ceddy Nash for covering this. I
Now,
can't say he's
around
doing
this
this
time,
well.
bro, this is when the photo had dropped. And yeah, Your Honor, your court permit this. The court, it was the specific example that you're bringing up here. Violence just like he did in the Los Angeles murder. Once Mr. Hester got out of custody, he encouraged Mr. Hester to carry a gun and use it, if necessary, to rob people and to be generally aggressive. The court, I now understand where you are going, to rob people. I think you have made your point. He's done this. I thought that
Wait, hold
some
on.
of the jurors need to use the restroom.
All right, here we go.
All right. Let's start again at 2:55. You are, and then we'll take another short break between then and 4:30. Ladies and gentlemen, can you be ready be soon here, no later than 2:55? And don't discuss the case or investigate the case. Thank you. The jury retired from the courtroom. All right, we can continue to discuss. All right, go ahead. Now, around this time, bro, this is when the photo had dropped.
Okay.
And yeah.
The Trap
Go
Larage
ahead.
photo.
Yes, our theory
Supposedly,
of the case
we don't
is
know
he
if he
used
did it
Mr.
or
Hester to
not.
commit acts of violence just like he did in the Los Angeles murder. Once Mr. Hester got out of custody, he encouraged Mr. Hester to carry a gun and use it, if necessary, to rob people and to be generally aggressive. The court, I now understand where you are going, to rob people. I think you have made your point. He's done this. I thought that it was going to be much more milder than this. So the objection is sustained. And you've established this, and you will stay clear of it. I mean, likewise, I understood that it's what your theory is, but likewise, it's just really speculation on his part as to what Mr. Banks would have known,
Yeah,
especially
literally.
when he was in prison, which is why I sustained the early objection. So likewise here, I mean, for different reasons, of course, this is 404B or not 404B, so the objection is sustained. You've established that to a witness. He felt that. Mr. Morris, I understand. I can move on. Mr. Banks was encouraging him to be aggressive. Mr. Harbaugh, Your Honor, we would just ask, because this came out of left field, that we need to clarify this again. We raised 404B notice objection. They are continuing to smuggle in, and they have done it from the beginning of this case. They continue it from their exhibit list. This is unacceptable. Again, this adds to the basis for severance that we had sought. And now we are leaning mid-trial new 404B evidence. So the government needs to lay it all out now before we are moving for a mistrial, because it's unacceptable. It bleeds over to Mr. Wilson. The court, all right, is there anything else here, counsel, that could possibly be construed as Rule 44B? Mr. Morris, I don't believe so, other than what we discussed off the record and other than things this court has let into evidence, like sliders provided Mr. Grant. Mr. Hester with sliders, and I'll just say this is strictly intertwined from the government's position. The court, look, but the point isn't whether it, I'm just saying it's not 404B. The court, it's something on which there should have been notice. I clearly did not understand that there was going to be talk about some other armed robbery, so you really just have got to be candid with everyone if you're going to make intelligent rulings. Yes, Mr. Still? Mr. Finley, it's Mr. Finley, Your Honor. I just want to say, the court, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Finley. Mr. Finley, no pun intended with this witness stole the words from me. This court has gone through painful efforts to vet all 404B issues, balance them against 403. We spent a lot of late nights, both sides, writing back and forth to submit our briefs. And to just get sprung on this, raising, we may not know it. The name of somebody famous that we didn't know we could have used during jury selection. This is Tory Lanez, as a famous guy that is in jail now. You know, it's just, a lot of this is really prejudicial. I would like the jury to disregard what they just heard. You would think if we're going to raise a famous person that I would understand got convicted within the last few years here in Los Angeles for violent acts in front of this jury, you would have told us, because we would have told you, Mr. Morris. Your Honor, we just view that differently. The upshot is that Mr. Banks told Mr. Hester that this was a gem I have been waiting for. In other words, waiting for him to come out and to be this person. And he deployed that person to Los Angeles to commit a murder and settle a beef. The court, that part about the
But did he deploy that person? Because it's not like Durk said, I need you to start robbing niggas. Jam said to Durk, I'm about to start robbing niggas. Durk was like, I was waiting for you to be that nigga. But it was just like, niggas can tell you you ain't gonna be nothing in life every day you wake up, and it's like, man, I told you one day you was never gonna be nothing. I was just waiting for the day you realized it. That doesn't mean that nigga made you not be nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like, because Durk said I was waiting for that nigga to be, I was waiting for this jam, doesn't mean I was encouraging that shit. Like, I bet one of the homies, I was waiting for you to be this crash out ass nigga. I knew he was gonna get back to crashing out. Yo, you owe me $50. He crashed out again. Like, that doesn't always mean I was encouraging it though.
Reason the lyric came in this, like I said, as long as the jury understands that it is
Assumption,
his belief
insinuating
and why,
is
that
one
is
hell of
something
a
else.
thing in the court
That
of
is
law.
encompassed on him. So the specific request to tell the jury to disregard it is no, but just move on. Mr. Morris, understood, Your Honor. I'll move on. Ms. O'Connell, for the record, a curative instruction too, Mr. Finley. And Your Honor, you should know going to this point. Court, I'm sorry, Mr. O'Connell, what exactly is the curative instruction that you would want? The curative instruction would be that Mr. Banks is not on trial for any armed robberies or court. Well, it didn't actually say the armed robbery. I mean, in front of the jury. I don't think the jury heard that. Mr. O'Connell, I heard it. Okay. Yeah. He said he encouraged him to rob this person.
Space 44 super agents. The next thing you can't live without. Clearing up your email, scheduling meetings.
Actually, that's really not what he said, but it is kind of what he kind of alluded to. But I get what she said. Okay, well, I will strike that and I will tell them not to do it, Ms. O'Connell. And curative instruction, yes, Mr. Finley. Your Honor, the point of my colleague's cross-examination, and I know there is a few 30-something 302s, this incident is not, as I recall, in any of the 302s, and so it's just not something in day 4 or 5 that we would expect to come out of left field. I don't think the government can rationalize why they didn't let us know so we can vet those issues. Only I say that because, again, Your Honor, has gone through tremendous effort to try to record. Mr. Finley, you don't need to say that, Mr. Finley. You know, but we have. We have vetted these issues. The court. Yes, Mr. Morris. Mr. Morris. I wanted to say this is not 404B, as I've indicated. We view it as inextricably intertwined. It has been long discovered to counsel. He has told this during almost every one of the 30 interviews that they've brandied about. And also, under 403, Your Honor, these men are being accused of stalking and murder. He's going to testify, Mr. Hester, that Mr. Banks was trying to kill or trying to encourage O-Block to kill Mr. Quando Rondo. I think the 403 analysis is a big picture analysis, the court. That falls within the conspiracy and the other thing does not. Okay, understood, Mr. Still. Your Honor, as we leave your bench, this is scripted to my view. Maybe it's not, but Mr. Hester and the prosecutor had this discussion. We should have included, and it's not to the 302s, and it's, and how do you unwind this? So I don't want to do this, but I'm respectfully asking the court to consider over this break a mistrial because I don't know what kind of instruction you give, Mr. Harbaugh. Mr. Wilson joins in the court. All right, Mr. Harbaugh, and moving for a mistrial? Court. All right, I don't believe that Mr. Steele specifically made the motion. He says more that it's something to be considered. If you are specifically making the motion, okay, Mr. Steele, are you making the motion or not? Mr. Steele, yes. The court. All right, then fine. All right, Mr. Harbaugh, we are joining. The court. All right, you're joining. Is Mr. Lindsay joining the motion? All right. Yeah, Mr. Steele. He's a wonderful prosecutor, but it comes from them. This is like the witness blurted this out, and the witness, this is choreographed. I wouldn't have done that. And it's not for the prosecutor to say, well, it's intrinsic. It's 403 analysis. I did come in the case late, but I read a lot, and it was painful. It was a painful decision because the court severed the case. Mr. Morris, this is not necessarily grounds for a mistrial, Your Honor. He didn't even say that he robbed him. If he were allowed to continue, he would say, I didn't rob him. And so that is the fact of the matter as we know it, the court. That has nothing, that might reflect on the witness, but it doesn't really reflect on Mr. Banks. But in any event, what I'm going to do is tell the jury to disregard any testimony about him being encouraged to act aggressively. Anything that was said in that regard should be disregarded. And I remind them that Mr. Banks, and for that matter, all 3 defendants are only on trial for the events which are alleged in 5 counts of the indictment. Mr. Morris, fair enough, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. Steele.
Wait a second. Wait on. That nigga Brian was trying to get the mistrial because he feels like he's leading the nigga, and it's like the he kind of was, but he wasn't. It. Hold on. What? Hold on, bro. Wait a second. Like,
Well, it's intrinsic. It's 403 analysis. I did come in the case late, but I read a lot, and it was painful. It was a painful decision because the court severed the case. Mr. Morris, this is not necessarily grounds for a mistrial, Your Honor. He didn't even say that he robbed him. If he were allowed to continue, he would say, I didn't rob him. And so that is the
we
fact.
don't know he was about to say that though. We don't know that. We just heard that he was just testifying that Durk had him acting on aggression. We don't know he's about to, like, after saying that, we can't say I didn't rob him, After Durk boosted you up some more and said, "Oh yeah, this is the jam I'm waiting for." After you told us he said that to you, you're about to tell us, "But I didn't rob him." That is not at all what I thought you were about to say. Stop that bullshit. Stop the
Of
bullshit.
the matter as we know it, the court. That has nothing, that might reflect on the witness, but it doesn't really reflect on Mr. Banks. But in any event, what I'm going to do is tell the jury to disregard any testimony about him being encouraged to act aggressively.
Yeah.
Anything that was said in that regard should be disregarded. And I remind them that Mr. Banks, and for that matter, all three defendants are only on trial for the events which are alleged in 5 counts of the indictment. Mr. Morris, fair enough, Your Honor. Thank you. Mr. Still, can we take a couple more minutes rather than 2:55? All right, you can take Mr. Harbaugh. Your Honor, I do also have to address this issue with 164. We got notes last night. The government knows and misrepresented to the court that the video demonstrated Mr. Wilson claiming to be a murder man. And as the government knows, they glossed over it, that he's referring to me and murder man. And this witness knows, has identified the government, that did not provide a transcript nor in advance. We moved to strike that entire the court. Well, that we will have to discuss it at another time. I can't make that ruling right here now. So, Mr. Morris, I think I know what he's referring to. The court. Discuss it and we'll discuss it later. Mr. Morris. Okay, thank you. Mr. Still. Do I have a few more minutes, Your Honor? The court. What's that? Mr. Still. Did you say we I just want to run to the bathroom. The court. Yes. You still got some minutes before 2:55. Let's get going. The court. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. All 15 of you are here. Before your break, there was some testimony about an individual in Miami, and in general, a question about whether this witness had been encouraged to act in an aggressive manner. That testimony was stricken, and you are ordered to disregard it. And in general, I just want to remind you that Mr. Banks and Mr. Wilson and Mr. Lindsay as well, of course, are on trial here for what is alleged in the indictment. The specific crimes that you were heard alleged, in which I instructed you last Friday, nothing else. And to the extent that you hear anything else, I've gone over this many times in regard to OTF and the Black Disciples. It's only to the extent that it helps you, if you believe it does. If it doesn't, that testimony in deciding whether the government has met its burden of proving the element of these crimes beyond a reasonable doubt, counsel, you may ask your next question.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Morris, thank you.
That seems
fair. If I could publish 113, page 6, please. Mr. Morris. All right, I'm showing you, Mr. Hester, Exhibit 113, page 6. You've already identified the individual in the gray sweater as Cuz, correct? Yes. Okay, you mentioned that he provided guns, and then you also mentioned that he provided cars? Yes. What kind of cars? Like hot cars, stolen cars. Did you say hot cars? Yes. Okay. And are these hot cars that he provided, also known as sliders? Yes. Okay, before we get into that, is the term that is used among Black disciples to slide, what does it mean to slide? Yeah, it's a Chicago thing, but sliding is like basically committing shooting, murder, a slide on your ops, pulling up on them. Is it typical to use a stolen car when sliding on your ops? Yes. Are those also called hot cars, as you just said? Yes.
Yep.
You were said Mr. or Cuz provided hot cars? Yes. And sliders? Yes. When you were in OTF, let me ask you this. Did there come a point when you had gotten out of prison and you were hanging around individuals who identified as OTF members? Did there come a point where someone had a conversation with you about what's really going on in OTF? Yes. Who? Durk did. What did he talk to you about? So we was at a studio. We was having a conversation amongst multiple of us. Dirk pulled him to the side. And let me stop you for a second. Your Honor, can I lead through this part? The court. I'm sorry, counsel. Please repeat. Tell me what the question was. The question was, did there come a time when Mr. Banks had a conversation with him about what was going on in OTF? The court. Yes, I've heard that. Yes, you may lead here unless I hear an objection, and then I will rule on that. Objection. Okay. Mr. Banks had a conversation with you. Yes. Did he express dissatisfaction that people weren't sliding for Vaughn? Yes. Okay. Did he tell you that while OTF appeared a certain way, it actually wasn't that way? Yes. Okay. Did he tell you that people were acting Hollywood with OTF? Yes. Did you understand that to mean that people weren't sliding? Yes, and not really. So what the man, bro? Okay.
Yeah,
So
like for real.
Stop there. Thank
Like what? Like what the fuck is like? I'm confused. Like, yeah, not really. What do you like? Nigga, what type of answer is that? Yes or like right now, niggas is on trial for their fucking life, gang. Like, I don't understand. Like, niggas, I haven't heard anything that's pin drop. Like, oh my god. Like, bro, we need to get to that. We almost an hour in. Fuck.
Okay, so you mentioned
We are an hour in. Like,
did there
damn.
come a point where you had discussion with many members of OTF about folks that OTF had beef with? Yes. Okay, did you come to the conclusion that OTF was an organization that had beef with various people? Yes. Did that come as a surprise to you? As many people? Yes. Is it fair to say when you were in custody, you thought OTF was just music? Yeah, that is all me and Blood talked about. That's all you and Mr. Banks talked about while you were in custody. Yeah. All right. The court. Counsel, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to ask the lawyers to approach. I hope this will save us some time later on. Just bear with us a moment.
Nah, no bullshit.
All right, Mr. Morris, again, I didn't hear any objection from counsel or asking. No, this is for limited instruction, but I see under no theory that the conversation with Mr. Banks could be a co-conspirator statement, and therefore, the counsel want a limited instruction that's limited to Mr. Banks? Mr. Mills, yes. Mr. Harbaugh, yes. The court. Okay, next I have to say, I don't know how many times I had to say this to the government. The conspiracy here is not OTF. This is not the second trial. So to some degree, I just don't see where you are going with this on saying OTF was not just a music group. I mean, OTF isn't on trial here. It's not a RICO enterprise. If the conspiracy here is a conspiracy to stalk and kill Mr. Bowman. So I just really just have to ask here. Like, I just don't get where you're going with this.
Yeah,
Where do you think you're going with this?
Oh my god, it's crazy. The judge doesn't even understand where the prosecution is trying to go with this shit. Niggas will call you crazy. Niggas say, oh, you're fanned out. Nigga, the judge is even lost with the prosecution really isn't even making their case right now. Do your homework on that. Do your homework on that.
Mr. Morris. Mr. Banks is expressing dissatisfaction that OTF wasn't sliding for Vaughn. Was not getting revenge for Vaughn. The court, okay. That is where this is going? Then ask him that. Don't set this up as OTF is just a music thing. We gone through that. OTF is not the conspiracy here.
Oh my
If you want to
gosh.
ask, did he raise dissatisfaction about sliding for Vaughn? Then that is fine. Ask him that. But don't have this wind up where you're trying to deal with OTF.
I swear to God.
You are the one who chose to indict somebody who arguably had a very great life and be reluctant to throw it all away. So deal with that, but don't deal with it by bringing in all this OTF stuff.
That is
the reason why I granted the severance. Fuck.
Come on. The judge is even tired of you niggas bullshitting in this courtroom, man. Man, free Durk, man. Free Durk. Free
Mr.
Durk.
Morris, I'm not trying to.
They in there bullshitting.
Well, it certainly sounded that way to me, Mr. Morris. Fair enough. Nigga, and I told people outside the court, I like this judge, bro. He ain't bad.
Yeah,
Counsel, you may proceed.
He's not
Mr.
going
Morris,
for
thank
shit.
Mr. Anderson, are you familiar with the term slide for Vaughn? Yes. Did you learn about that when you got out of custody? Yes. What was your understanding of it? Like basically do something for Vaughn getting killed, and do something about it. Did you ever talk to Mr. Banks about this quote unquote slide for Vaughn? Yes. Can you tell us about those discussions? He hated it. He ain't like that. People was trolling him. Like say, he only would like Vaughn a lot because people came out slide for Vaughn and it wasn't getting to him, but he didn't like it. He expressed to you why he didn't like it. It was just basically like nobody doing nothing. He just tired of hearing it, you know? That was his homie. That was his little ace and shit. My bad. Did he ever talk to you? Did there ever come a time where Mr. Banks had a conversation with you about Quando Rondo? Yes. First of all, when was this conversation? Like the exact date? Was it after you got out of custody, right? Yeah. And the murder of Mr. Robinson happened in August of 2022, correct? Right. Can you tell us in that window around when this conversation would have been? Maybe a month of me being out, or could have been before that. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to
Damn.
say maybe a month. Where did that conversation take place? Was in Atlanta, in the studio. And was Mr. Banks present? Yes. Was anyone else present for that conversation? Yes. Who? It was me. It was Durk. It was Dee Dee. It was Will. It was Lil Varney. Duty. Duty Low? Yes. Okay, anyone else? And I think it was Twin. Okay, tell us about that conversation. I don't know who. I can't really remember. I mean, I can't remember who initially brought up the trolling stuff, but Blood got to talking about it. And he got to talking about what the rapper 6ix9ine doing, trolling stuff, and people staying on the internet and talking about Sly for Vaughn and how people not doing what they rap about, you know? He basically let us know, like, if a motherfucker catch Quando Rondo or Lil Tim, they gonna be straight.
Oh shit.
Ain't got to worry about nothing. If motherfuckers catch Quando, Rondo, or Tim, they will be straight. They ain't got to worry about nothing. What does that mean to you? What did that mean to you? Shit. Money-wise, like, you gonna be good. Like, you would be rewarded financially. Yeah, yeah. And when you say that you heard him say, catch Quando, Rondo, or Lil Tim, how did you understand catch that to mean? Catch him, mean kill him. Okay, and when he said that, do you remember the reaction amongst the group? Did you respond? Can you tell us? Give us a little bit of detail? I mean, people was like nodding their head. I think somebody had said something like, that's like half a ticket or $1 million, like that. And Bud was just like, man, motherfucker don't have to worry about nothing. Okay, like, just want to make sure I understand. You said you think someone in conversation said that was $500,000 or $1 million? Yeah. Do you remember who said that? No, I'm not sure. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. And
You
how did
lying
Mr.
right now.
Banks like, whatever. Motherfucker gonna be straight. Motherfucker ain't gotta worry about nothing. Did you ever talk with Mr. Banks about his use of cell phone application FaceTime? Yeah. Tell us about that. They felt, I don't really know where they get it from, but he felt that FaceTime was the best way to talk on the phone because FBI, the feds and stuff, can't listen in on FaceTime. So your conversation that you had, Mr. Banks, was it mostly FaceTime or was it not at times? Can you give us a sense of that? Yeah, it was the majority FaceTime. What about the conversation you had with others, like Booney Mo, for example, and Mr. Wilson? Did you ever have phone conversations with them? Yeah, FaceTime. FaceTime, yeah. Was that generally the way that you communicated with those individuals when you called them? Mr. Arbol, objection, leading, Your Honor. The court overruled. Ask your question, Mr. Morris. Was that generally the way you would communicate with those individuals using FaceTime? Yes. Okay. Now, you mentioned that Cypher Vine was something that was trolling, as you called it, was something that was frustrated for Mr. Banks, and that's correct? Answer, yes, it was. Okay, have you heard a song where Mr. Banks talks about sliding for Vine trolling? Yeah. Okay, Mr. Morris. Your Honor, the government is publishing Exhibit 397, which has been admitted to the court. The court 397 has not yet been admitted, but now it is. You may publish it. Okay, the song, it sounds like it begins with, they be on my page like slide for Vine, I know they trolling me. Did you hear that? Yes. What do you understand?
Fuck. I ain't gonna lie, yo. This nigga's lyrics alone are like maybe worse than anyone that's testifying. Cause it's like all of them that are testifying are able to corroborate some type of these lyrics. Or some of these lyrics some type of way. You know what I'm saying? But like, nigga, he said the lyrics. You feel me? Like, damn, you rap niggas, man. Like, I really fuck with Durk, bruh. But like, come on, bro. Like, you didn't make their job too hard, but the feds didn't try extremely hard either. That's why this case looks so fucking sloppy.
That to mean based on your conversations with Mr. Banks. Just basically doing, everybody was always, that's their first coming to say slide for Vine, slide for Vine. That was like they bullying type of way, like to get under the skin. Did you get the impression that this was people online? Yeah. And then he says, get it back in blood. Did you hear that? Yeah. What did that mean to you, get it back in blood? Like revenge. Like somebody bleed when they get shot. Somebody bleed when they get shot up and get killed. Got it in blood. It says, got him back in blood. Y'all just don't know that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. Like, that is when it's supposed to happen. What do you mean by that? You explain that to us?
No.
Like when somebody do something
No
to
way,
you or
bro.
somebody you care about, they kill them or shoot them or something. Basically, that's what we lay by. Get it back in blood. During this time period, again, when you had been released from prison, but before the murder of Mr. Robinson, were you traveling with Mr. Banks and his entourage? Yes. How often did you travel with them? All the time, whenever I wanted to. Okay, and how did you get the locations were these out of state locations sometimes? Yes. How did you get the destinations? Get to the destinations, flights. And how would you arrange those flights? To Jason? Jason Smith? Yes. Okay, Mr. Hester, there's a binder in front of you there. Mr. Morris, unless the court would just allow me to lay the foundation, it's a text message string, Your Honor, between the court. What exhibit are we talking about? It's exhibit 43, Your Honor. 1 second. Between the witness, Your Honor, between the witness and another individual, any objection to the introduction? Your Honor. It's not being offered for its truth, Your Honor. Demonstrate the relationship. I understand that. Counsel, I ask, any objection for the purposes which it was, its admission was just stated, Mr. Albaugh. Your Honor, I'm confused. It's 24 pages. I'm sorry. Your Honor, it's 24 pages. It's just move to admit not for truth, Your Honor? All right. What I would like you to do, counsel, is then we will do this old school. We will have 43 in front of the witness. Tell us what page you want. He can look at a specific text, and then you can ask him questions about that text, rather than admit the entry of the exhibit. Yes, Your Honor. Do you have exhibit 43 in front of you, Mr. Hester? Yes. All right. You may start asking questions, Mr. Morris. Yes, Your Honor. So, do you have exhibit 43 in front of you, Mr. Hester? Yes. Okay. Is that a text message string? Yes. Do you know who that's between? Me and Jason. How do you know? That is Jason's number right here, and that is one of my numbers. I'm sorry. Jason number, the 31218 number. Okay, and I want you to turn to page 5 of that document, please. And let me know when you're there. You see page 5? Yeah. Okay. Do you see yourself sending a text message to Jason? Yeah. Do you see you are referencing Mr. Banks? Yes. Are you referencing authorizing a flight? Yes. Are you indicating that Mr. Banks authorized a flight? Yes. Are you asking Mr. Smith to purchase a flight? Yes. Okay. Your Honor, we move to admit this page and show it to the jury. You may. But in the future, if you would just read what it says and then ask the witness what he understood by that, absolutely, Your Honor. Page 5 is admitted. The court obviously read it and then ask him after I've had a chance to review it. It would be, and see if it should be admitted. Yes, Your Honor. At the top of the screen, there's a blue text bubble. Is that you? Yes. You're sending messages that say, Durk ain't say nothing to you about a fight? Yes. Why are you sending that message to Jason Smith? Because that's how I get my fights. Like I asked Durk. He tell me he going to tell Jason book it. Or tell Jason to book it. Okay, and you have authorization to have Mr. Jason Smith book you fights without Mr. Banks' approval? No, why not? Objection, speculation, court overruled. That's the court. If you know, Mr. Hester, that's not my money. That is his money and his friend. So you had to tell Jason that Mr. Banks approved it. Is that correct? Yes. Leading I'm just summarizing, Your Honor. The objection is sustained. The final answer is stricken. Mr. Morris, you may ask the question again, but in a non-leading fashion. Thank you. I want you to take a look at page 13. Can you turn to page 13, please? Do you have page 13 in front of you? All right, I've reviewed 13. I intend to admit it. Is there any objection? Mr. Steele. Your Honor, maybe have just 1 second. Pause receipts. We'll stay, Your Honor. All right. Page 13 of exhibit 43 is admitted. You may proceed, Mr. Morris. Thank you. If we could publish 13, please. All right, this is a part of the message between you and Mr. Smith? Yes. Is that you in the blue bubble again? Yes. Does it say a gang? I just told Blood I need to fight to the A. He said, let you know. Is that what you wrote? Yes. Okay, can you explain what you were doing there? Telling him that I need a flight to Atlanta, that I talked to Durk about it, and Durk told me that I'm good. And you say you follow up with, did you holler at Blood? Did you see that? Yes. Okay, what are you trying to communicate there? Basically, did you talk to him? Did you get the okay? And just scrolling down just a bit to the last message on this page. Mr. Smith appears to indicate or asks for when. You see that? Yeah. You understood. How did you understand that to mean? Like when you want your fight, what time? Like when are you going to leave? He did. Did you get multiple fights throughout your time between February 2022, August 2022? Did you get multiple fights booked for you through Jason? Say it one more time. Yeah. Did you fight multiple times where Jason gave you the ticket? Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, and that was always with the authorization of Mr. Banks? Yes. Okay, I want to talk to you about the events of October 18th or the events of August 2022. How did you
When that
first become
happened,
involved with Mr. Robinson? I got a phone call from Booney and them. You got a call from Booney and them? Yeah. Okay. So the jury, my bad. It's okay. Just so the jury is clear, is that kind of Chicago slang to say in them? Yeah. So it would be like more than one person?
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space? With this free satellite Earth Maps tool, you can zoom right.
Like Michael and them, John and them? Yes. So you said you got a call from Booney Moore and them? Yes. And tell us about that. Where were you when you got the call? I was in the car with my baby mama. We was just coming from dropping my son off, I think, at like practice school, something that had to do with school. I was just dropping him off when I got a phone call. Okay, so it would have been in the early morning? Yeah. Would it be, is that the same day you end up flying out of Chicago to San Diego? Yes. Okay,
damn,
so
same day.
it was the same day that you flew out. You get this call. You recall being early in the morning? Tell me what happens. So Booney called my phone and he like, look, bro, we need to get you on a flight and go to LA. Like, we need you to do it right now. Like me and Blood. And then he basically let me know, like, Durk was on the other phone. He was just like, Blood, are you there? He like, yeah, I'm here. And they said, D, why did not answer? And he told me he would go, but he had to see his officer, so he couldn't go. This is Booney Mo talking? Yeah. You mentioned the word blood. Do you mean you can hear Mr. Banks' voice? Yeah. Did it sound like you were all on a three-way line, or did it just sound like his voice was coming from a separate device? No. He was on the other phone, and Booney said he on the other phone. Blood on my other phone. Hey, Blood, you there? He like, yeah, I'm here. Generally speaking, do you have multiple phones at this time? Yeah, we all did. When you said we all did, who was we all did? Me, Booney, Durk, a lot of us. The majority of everybody who hung around me had more than one phone. Okay,
That
so
shit
you
going
get
on
the
the street.
phone.
Gotta be
You said you
safe.
can hear blood in the background. Does Booney tell you anything else? Yeah, he's telling me, like I said, he's telling me that Threat wasn't answering the phone. They would call multiple people trying to get them to answer. See if I can get them to answer the phone. Call their phones. You said Threat wasn't answering. Is that what he told you? Yeah. Is that a nickname for someone? Yes. Who? Diddy. Defendant Wilson. Yes. Okay. And so once he told you he couldn't get in contact with other folks, he wanted you to come out. What happened next? So he was saying everything he was saying, but he wasn't really telling me. Like, the only thing he was said is he needed to hurry up and get on a flight and go to LA. But he not giving me more than that.
Yeah.
You could kind of tell the way he talking like there was something going on, but he wasn't giving it to me. So when Boogie told me to try to get in touch with Diddy and Rappy, which is Boogie, I hung up the phone and I tried to call Durk'S phone. And when I called Durk'S phone, it rung like once or twice. And Booney called me right back like, what's up, bro? Like, Blood don't want nobody calling his phone who is coming to LA. Okay. So you said Blood don't want nobody calling his phone who's coming to LA. Yes. And what did you understand that to mean? Just, I guess, you don't want to contact. You don't want to contact nobody that's coming to LA. Like, you don't want them to call in this call log, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So
I don't
Booney
know.
called you back. What happened next? I just basically, like, just because he like, what's up? Like,
Damn, you doing all this testifying? You mean to tell me you don't know why Durk don't want the niggas that did the hit to call him?
what I wanted to know, what I'm saying, and I just brought up the fight again. Like, do Jason know how to book my fight? Like, yeah, call Jason. So I got off the phone. I called Diddy phone a couple of times. I called Boogie, called my cousin Chris, and Diddy wasn't answering first. Boogie answered. My cousin Chris responded, and he said he would go, but then turns around and said he couldn't find his ID. Your cousin Chris, his name is William McClung? Yes. And you were saying initially the plan was for Mr. McClung to come with you? Yes. You used another word while you were discussing this portion of your testimony. You said rappy. Is that what you said? Rappy, yeah. You said Boogie is your rappy? Yes. Boogie is Ace of Houston? Yes. What does that mean, rappy? Is this a slang term like that somebody be with all the time and do stuff all the time? Just, yeah, we say rappy. I don't know where it originally came from, but that's what we use. And you were particularly close with AC Houston during that time period? Yeah, we got close. Okay, so you indicated that you were told to call Jason and called him. Yes. Did you eventually have to have a text message exchange with Jason? Yeah. Was that text message exchange related to your travel? Yes. Can you tell us about that? I sent him my information. I sent him my cousin information. He sent him booking information. Then my cousin Chris told me he couldn't find his ID. I let Jason know, and yeah. Okay. Do you have that binder in front of you still? Yeah. Can you turn the tab to 52 in that binder? Should be the same one, 52? Yes. On these sheets or exhibits. I'm sorry. Exhibit 52. Court. This has been a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. The court. Yes. You can post it on the screen if you wish, Mr. Morris. It's okay. I had to find it, Mr. Astor. You see the text message string on your screen right there? Yes. And it looks like the text is William McCone. Do you that? Yes. To Jason Smith? Yes. Why? That's my cousin Chris' name. Okay. And that is at this point on August 18, 2022. The timestamp is 8:02. Do you see that? Yes. When you text him this were you in Chicago? Yes. Okay. So it might have been a different time for you at that time. Yes. You text Mr. McCone and the next message, it looks like you put a birthday there. Is that right? Yes. Is that Mr. McCone's birthday? Yes. Mr. Moore, scroll down next page, and it appears at 8:14 and 8:14 a.m. Jason Smith appears to respond with some kind of message. Do you see a thumbnail? I can't really see it. It's little, but yeah. Mr. Morrison, we can publish 52 and 52A side by side, please. Okay. Do you see on the right hand side of the screen, see a boarding pass? Yeah. Okay. And whose name is on it? Do you see your name here? Yes. Okay. Is that boarding pass received from Jason Smith? Yes. Okay. Let's go back to 52, please. I don't believe that 52 was previously admitted. It was admitted now. Mr. Morris, thank you, Your Honor. If we can go back to 52, all right. The next message that you send is, where bro shit at? Do you see this? Yeah. Why did you send that, if you recall? Basically, I don't know if it was the Chris or Boogie fight. Them were the only two people information I sent. So I guess I was asking where either one of the fights was. Okay, and if we could go to the next page 3, response, Mr. Smith appears to say, same confirmation. You see that? Yeah. Okay, and what did you understand that to mean? Like the same fight information? Okay. And then in response, it looks like you send a photograph. Is that big enough for you to see? Yes. Okay. Mr. Morris, the guy moves to admit this photograph 52B. The court 52B is admitted. Mr. Morris, if we could do a side by side on those two exhibits. Okay. Taking a look at 52B, do you recognize what you were sending to Jason Smith? Yes. What were you sending, Boogie? ID. Why? He could book his flight, so he got his information to book his flight. You end up taking Mr. Houston, talking to Mr. Houston about going to LA? Yeah. At this point, do you know why you're going to LA? No. Okay.
Max, do you know why you're going to LA?
Not confirmed. Not yet. No. Do you pack any bags to go to LA, or you just kind of get straight to it? Now, I ain't packed no bags. I was told, go to the airport. Like, we need you to get on the flight right now. So,
yo, this nigga's just been a funky crash dummy shooter, whatever you want to, his whole life. Like, this nigga just go to the airport. This nigga just goes to the airport. No bags, no nothing. Just goes to the airport. Eager, eager, jolly, happy to go catch a bee. Catches the bee. Now this nigga wants to talk. And tell, I don't get it. Like, you didn't have to go to the airport, gang.
No,
what the
went
fuck?
To the airport. Okay, if you could go to page 4 of Exhibit 52, please. All right, on page 4 of this exhibit, it looks like you say, book it. Book bro shit. The homie Chris said he can't find his ID, gang. Do you say that in your text message? Yes. Okay. What was going on there? That's when my cousin say he couldn't find his ID, so he couldn't go. So I was telling him to book Boogie fight to go with me. And then you indicate, it looks like he with me. We on our way to the airport. Did you see that? Yeah. Who is he? You front there. Boogie. At some point, Boogie would have been with you. I think I just said that. I don't think he was with me. I think he was on his way at the same time, if I ain't mistaken. Mr. Morris. Okay. You scroll down a little bit to the next page. Okay. And then at 10:21 a.m., at least Pacific time, it appears that Jason Smith sends a message in response. You see this? Mr. Morris. Connor. Move down to 52C, please. If we could publish that side by side, okay. Showing you Exhibit 52C does appear this boarding pass that you were sent. Yes. And this time, AC Houston, yes. Now, when you were traveling to, let me ask you this. At some point, did you talk to Jason Smith about the precise destination where you would be flying into? Yeah. So he said that? Because at first, they was just saying LA. But when Jason called me, he said, Blood don't want us to fly straight in LA. So we're going to go to San Diego. Did he explain why Blood didn't want to fly straight to LA? No. You were traveling with AC Houston, the two of you? Yes. Did you have any idea whether there would be others that were going to be traveling from Chicago? I think I got word Didi was coming.
I gotta say, like, the feds are doing a sloppy job trying to convict this nigga. But Durk, if you really Durk, bruh, sloppy job on the hip, bro. Like you sloppy job on the hip, bro. If you do get life, it's like you went about this shit the wrong way, bro. You was too on to even be tripping off this shit.
But that's it. Okay, did you eventually go to the airport and take a flight? Yes. Okay. Your Honor, I'm going to move to admit. I think it might be already in. 36 is not admitted yet, I believe. But in any event, it is now. Thank you, Your Honor. Do you see Exhibit 36 in front of you, Mr. Esther? Yes. Okay, what are you looking at? Me and Boogie in the airport. Okay, this is timestamp. We're going to skip past a little bit of this because it's really going through the exhibits of these cats being, in certain shit. So they're about to get into Uber and what's the plan, where they going? They get something to eat, and they went to Hooters. Where were you going to leave immediately? Head to LA, where you staying in San Diego for a little while? Yeah, we were staying. We're staying there because we was waiting on Dee Dee to come. We was waiting on this flight to land, and we was all going to be together. Someone told you that you were going to be waiting for Mr. Wilson? Yeah, who told you that? I think that was Cuz told us, because I know he had a Sprinter van coming to get us. When were you first contact Cuz when you landed? I'm not sure. Okay, but did you talk to him on that day? Yeah. Okay, by the way, in terms of your relation, were you close with Cuz? What was your relationship with Cuz? Just give me guns.
Just
Okay,
because.
is he someone that you would have taken orders from? No. If he
I'm
was
sure
someone that
you
would
would
have
say
told
that.
you, would have flown you to Los Angeles if he told you? No. Why did you say that? I mean, because we don't even got that type of relationship. He ain't nobody. His Dutch friend. I won't take orders. Like, what's him to take orders for? He ain't nobody.
But you hopped in the car willingly and threw your life away with this nobody. And y'all niggas are teaming up to tell together. But this nigga's a nobody to you. He's a nobody. He don't mean nothing. You wouldn't take no orders. I can't believe that. You willingly got in the car to throw your life away with this nigga. What are you talking about?
You say he's nobody, but he provided you with things, didn't he? Yeah. Okay, but you didn't take orders from him? It sounds like? No.
Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so go. You said you get to the restaurant. Yeah, which one? Hooters. Okay. Who was there? Jason. We finna skip out. We finna get to this part right here. And while you were at Hooters restaurant, you find some more details about why you were in Los Angeles. Yes, I did. Can you tell us about that? We talked to Duty. Duty Low? Yes. Tell us about it. Duty let us know that he got word from somebody at a weed dispensary that Quando and them was coming to buy weed from him, and he was going to kill him. We was going to kill him. You know what I'm saying? We was going to catch him before he got the weed and killed him. Take a step back around this time.
Sheesh.
Had there been other efforts to locate Quando Rondo that you know of?
Sheesh.
Yeah, a few things. So that came up before that they had found a location of him.
I keep telling you, I think they had the stalking. Like, if they went for just stalking and not the murder for hire, I feel like they had it, bro. I feel like they would have already had their rights. But like the murder for hire it gets tricky when you don't have a bounty. You don't have anybody to say they actually got anything of value from killing this nigga. And the only thing all these niggas got from killing these niggas is the right to fight for their fucking life. Like you already given that life. You already given that right life. But it's like, if you take that away, it's like that's all you niggas gained was the chance to go to court and fight for your life. Nobody gained anything from this shit. Like killing this nigga, nobody gained nothing from it, bro.
Where he was from, but it was unsuccessful locating this.
So like, how is it murder for hire? What the niggas get paid?
You don't have to tell me why. It was unsuccessful. Was it unsuccessful in terms of locating him? It was only successful because you don't have to tell why. Was it successful? No. Okay. But it is accurate to say that you all had been looking for Quando Rondo or open and located him. Objection. Vague. Court overruled. Okay, so you learned from Duty Low that you are there to kill Quando Rondo because you all had his location. How does that communication come? Is that a phone call? Is that a text message? How does that happen? With Duty? Yeah, FaceTime. Duty FaceTime one of you? Yes. Do you remember if it was you or Mr. Houston? It was one of us. It was just him and me. It probably was my fault. Okay. And did he give any other information? That he was just in tune?
Okay, so with a key detail like this, you don't remember if he called you or the other nigga. And you're the one snitching. Like, you're the one corroborating. But you don't remember if he called you or the other nigga. Why didn't you just say he called you? because the call may have not happened and that can be debunked? Or what? Like, what? Why would you just not say, yeah, he called me? Probably, like, we're talking about life. What is a probably in a court when we're talking about life?
With
Y'all
them.
niggas ain't taking this
Like
shit
he gonna know
serious
where
enough for
Quando
me.
and them land,
What the
what hotel they
fuck?
gonna be in and stuff. So let's unpack that. Duty said that Quando Rondo's hotel, that they knew where he was staying? Yeah. Okay. And you said something about he was in tour with them? No. In tune. Like he's in tune with the dude he was supposed to be selling Quando Rondo weed. Like he was in tune with him. Like dude was telling him their moves, like where they was gonna be at and stuff like that. Somebody was providing a location to Quando Rondo. Yes. Okay. And is this the first time you are hearing about that plan? I mean, what the plan was in Los Angeles? Yes. Okay. And your reaction, like initially, is something you wanted to do? Is this something that like, what was going through your head? No, it ain't something I wanted to do. I'm just like, damn, like I wanted to get out of this, but I ain't have no way. So
Man, so you mean to tell me the nigga that admits that he's dying and doing whatever on behalf or to forward or whatever the benefit of the game gets a random call like, yeah, blood, we going to LA. You don't know what you're going to LA for. You don't pack a single bag, but you don't know what you're going for. You don't pack a single bag. You get there, niggas tell you a plan, and you're like, oh, well, I wanted to get out of this. Why'd you go to LA? You keep telling us, nigga, that you're known as an enforcer, that you shot niggas, you didn't pop niggas, you're encouraged to kill niggas or rob niggas. Nigga, you thought niggas was just taking you for the fun of the vacation? Nigga, fuck no, you the muscle. You know you the muscle. But you don't want to be the muscle, so when, like, at a point as a grown man, when do you say no? Like, nobody else's fault, bro. Like, that self-accountability is a real thing. Like, none of these
I want
niggas are
some
holding
clarity.
themselves accountable.
When you say you didn't have any way, did you mean you didn't have any way to get out of this? Yeah. Can you explain that to us? Why was it that you felt you didn't have any way to get out of this? Because where I'm from, you don't stop nobody from killing somebody, bro. That's a no-no that will get you killed. You know what I'm saying? People get mad and kill you, or people will think you are some police and kill you. Like, damn, what are you on?
You was
Like,
the police, nigga.
that is just something. It's just something you don't do where I'm from. You don't stop nobody from killing somebody. That will get you killed. Is this Quando Rhino beef? Did you consider that your beef? Hell no, no. Why did you say that? Because, bro, that was some Von getting into it with NBA YoungBoy about his homies he's messing with. It was some rap stuff. I'm not in that industry. You know, that's what I'm saying. Them two people are in Chicago. That stuff is going on. It had nothing to do with me. Were you comfortable with committing a shooting in Los Angeles? No. You said that pretty quickly. Can you explain why you have a reaction? Because I'm not from here. Like, if anything was to go wrong, like, I was thinking about it at the time, like, if anything was to go wrong, whether we get into a high-speed chase or any of that, like, I don't know where to go. I'm not from here. Like, I don't know these places, you know? Like, if we crash and I can get out on the run, where am I going to? Like, I don't know nothing about this place. Have you
That, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That is, he does have a point with that. It's like, but at the end of the day, nigga, you still masked up, held that Glock, hopped out the car, and shot your pistol. So what the fuck do you want me to say? Like, damn, you didn't put that iron in niggas, like what? And blown fucking brains all over the place. You just told me Vonnie's a nobody. He's scary. You could have blew Vonnie. You could have blew Boogie. You could have. But instead, you went with niggas and went on that drill. So what are we talking about? All that sounds sweet. You being from Chicago, you not from LA. You don't know what happens if shit goes left. 95% of the niggas in the streets don't worry about what happens when shit goes left until it goes left. I'm not hearing that.
been in situations like
Stop
that
that
before in
shit.
Chicago where you're doing some kind of violent act and had to get away from the police? Yeah. And are you saying it benefited you knowing the terrain? Of course. And when I asked you if this was your beef, when I asked you if this Quadrarano beef was yours, You mentioned that Von had got into it with an NBA person. Yeah, with an NBA youngboy. And that had nothing to do with you as far as you were concerned? Man, no. It really had nothing to do with him. He was just around with his homie. Who was him? Von. I'm sorry. So you didn't have anything to do with him being King Von? No. What I'm saying is, you said, did him getting into it with NBA Youngboy have anything to do with me? And I said, no. It didn't even have nothing to do with him, meaning Von. Von was just riding with his homie. They met a dude and stuff escalated from there.
Okay.
What if you could make a song using only your voice? Let's start with the drums.
Did you feel like this was something that you personally needed to get back for? No. Why is that? He was a black disciple. You are a black disciple. Why do you feel like you needed to get revenge? Yes, he's a black disciple, but he's not a black disciple from my block, so I'm not obligated, and he's not my homie like that. Is not nobody I grew up with, kicked it with. Everything who I got feelings for, like that I got love for, when somebody do something to him, I do want something back. No. Okay, so it sounds like your internal.
Wait, what? Everything who I got feelings for, like that I got love for, when somebody do something to him, do I want to do something back? No.
Reaction. What did you say in your response to Duty Low saying that you were there to kill Quando Rondo? Nothing. Me and Boogie looked at each other and was just like, all right, okay. So you decided you were going to do it? Yes. Okay. Did you eventually meet up with some other individuals in San Diego who ended up committing?
Niggas told you was gonna alright. Niggas told you was gonna kill Quando Rondo. You said alright, okay, but now you want niggas to believe you were forced to do it? Nigga, you didn't even try to nudge back. You said alright, okay. What the fuck?
The murder with you? Yes. Who? Diddy, Flocka, CVL Shorty? You say Diddy. Is that Defendant Wilson? Yeah. First, let me talk about the person you referred to as Flocka, Mr. Morris. Your Honor, man, we published demonstrative exhibit 24. It's a photograph of Mr. Jones, the court. All right, you may, when you said demonstrative it is, I take it you want it in evidence, Mr. Morris. If the court would allow, we would admit it in the evidence, Your Honor. This court, if he recognizes the photo, then yes, exhibit 24 will be admitted. Mr. Morris, yes, thank you. Do you recognize who this is in exhibit 24? Yes. Who is that? That's Flocka. Have you met Flocka before you saw him in San Diego? Yes. When did you first meet Flocka? In juvenile hall, yeah. And how long were you in juvenile hall for that particular stint? I don't know. Okay, well, let me ask you this. So you met him in juvenile hall. Were you guys like friends in juvenile hall? Was going on? Yeah, I used to do a lot of fighting. And that is how we became cool. Me beating people ass. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Esther. Well, let me ask you this. After you got out of juvenile hall, did you continue to be friends with Mr. Jones? Oh, no. Huh? Okay, did you fall out of contact with him? Yeah. When you saw him in San Diego on August 18, 2022, when was the last time you had seen Mr. Jones? Had it been years? Had it been weeks, months? Can you give us a sense of when the last time I seen Tim? No, because like when I came home from prison, like I started seeing Flocka on Diddy Block. Like he was hanging on Diddy Block. So I was seeing him. You saw him around? Yeah, on Diddy Block. Yeah. Did you guys like talk on the phone, text, anything like that? Before? No. Before the shooting? No. No? Do you remember if you had his number set in your phone at all? No, not at that time. I didn't. Okay, were you surprised to see him in San Diego? Yeah, I ain't gonna be necessarily say surprised, but I didn't think to see him. No. Okay, and you mentioned you also saw somebody else who you said this a couple of times, the CVL shorty. Yeah. When you say CVL shorty, are you referring to Mr. Lindsay? Yeah. Okay, what about Mr. Lindsay? Were you close with him? Were you close with Mr. Lindsay before August 2022? I didn't know him. I never seen him. I didn't see him until that day. That was the first time you met him. Yes. Okay. And in terms of Mr. Lindsay and Mr. Jones, when you got out of prison and started hanging with individuals who claim OTF, were they hanging out with you and guys, Mr. Jones and Mr. Lindsay? Were they in OTF? Like I said, I don't know him. This is my first time. That was my first time seeing him. So no, like I said, Flocka hung out on Diddy Block, but it was to that extent though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. hanging out on Didi block. Let me ask you this in a different way. When you took trips to spend time with Mr. Banks and other folks who claim OTF, would Mr. Jones be there? No. Would you describe Mr. Jones as someone who was in the inner circle of OTF or the people who claimed OTF at the time? That's Didi circle. Didi circle, yeah. But not someone who you saw hanging around Mr. Banks? No. Okay, so when did you first see Mr. Jones and Lindsay? Was it at the airport in San Diego? What happened? Yeah. I think they was walking out, him, Didi, they was walking out the airport together and we all got in the Sprinter together. Okay, so you got in a Sprinter van, yeah. Okay, so who was all in the Sprinter van together? Me, Boogie, Didi, fucking CVO Shorty. And again, fuck is Mr. Jones. The person you are calling CVO Shorty is Mr. Lindsay? Yeah. So you are all in Sprinter van. The Sprinter van is just a large capacity van? Yeah. A lot of people in there? Yeah. Do you all leave from the San Diego airport in Los Angeles or did you leave from Hooters? I think that the airport, because I think that me and we went back to the airport, something like that. I don't remember, but we all left together. We all left from San Diego, traveling to LA together. Okay, so then you and the individuals, you just stay where the Sprinter van. And you were driving to Los Angeles. Yes. Okay, and what was the Sprinter van like inside? There was a driver, obviously, correct? Yes. Is this type of van where the driver could just like reach back and, give you a high five, or was there some sort of barrier?
You reach back and give you a high
barrier,
five.
but it had like a little window. Got it. If you could turn Exhibit 160, Mr. Hester, it should be in a different binder than what you have been using. It'll be in a binder that says Volume 2. Which I messed this one up. I made papers come out. That's all right. All right. Now, what number you say? 160. 160. Okay, I got it. You see a photograph Exhibit 160? Yes. Does that look like a photograph inside a van? Inside of I don't think I'm on the right one. Okay. You see a photograph inside a van? Could be. I can't necessarily say that this is the one I was in. Okay, does it look like a Sprinter van you were in the interior? Yeah. Your Honor, 106, with understanding that the witness said that it looked similar to but did not specifically identify it. So if you wish to use other evidence to try to tie that up, then I'll remove the limitation. Understood, Your Honor. Now it's admitted. As long as the jury understands for the purpose, which is to say, to give you an idea of what the event's like inside. Thank you, Your Honor. Let's publish these. Publish in 160. Does it look like the side of a van? Yeah. Okay, but
crazy.
The van that you're inside of, like you said, it's not like the driver can necessarily talk directly to you guys. Is that fair? Right. Okay, so you're in the van. You can take it down. You were in the van driving to Los Angeles during that time. Did you ever make contact with Mr. Banks? I didn't make contact with him, but Didi FaceTimed. I don't know if he FaceTimed Didi, but I know he was on Didi's phone now. Tell us about that. So he got on the phone and he put the camera around to Flocka. Now, Flocka and Steve Shorty said, here you go, Navy SEAL, something like that, like the Navy. Here you go, the Navy SEAL, something like that. You see the Navy SEAL. Did you get the impression Mr. Wilson was referring who he was, or did you get the impression Mr. Wilson was referring to when he said, do you see the Navy SEALs? He put the phone on Flocka and CVO Shorty. Can you see Mr. Banks on FaceTime at that time? Or any other time when you were sprinting? Yeah. Okay, so there's a phone call. Did you hear his voice? Yeah. But it sounds like when you said Didi showed and turned the camera in the direction of Flocka and CVO Shorty. Yeah, he put it in their direction first. And reference, here go the Navy SEALs. Yeah, here go the Navy SEALs, or you see the Navy SEALs, one of them. What did you understand that to mean? I mean, Navy SEALs are part of the military. I mean, the killers, I guess. People that missions. I don't know how to put it. You said people who go on missions. Yeah. Okay. And you said you eventually saw Mr. Banks on FaceTime? Yeah. Tell us about that.
Nigga was referring to them niggas as these niggas was in that car calling themselves Navy SEALs on FaceTime with Durk. Oh my gosh.
He go crazy.
These niggas are so fried, dog.
He put a camera in my face and I slammed the race to Durk. I looked up and I like, were you at in the studio? He like, I'm in the studio. I'm in the studio? Yeah. Is that short for studio? Yeah, so when the camera was on you, you said you slammed the race. Yeah. What do you mean by that? I dropped GED, something I always do. So when you threw a gang sign that was so disrespectful against the disciples, yeah. Okay, so, okay, and you asked him, where was that? You said that, Stu, could you see anything that told you where he was or at? Could you? Yeah, that's why I said, where you at? The Stu? He's like, yeah, I'm at the Stu. Because I've been in that studio before. You been in that studio? He was at, yeah. Under what circumstances were you at that studio before then? Yes? I'm not sure. Okay. But it was someplace you had been. Yeah. It was Wayne's studio. It's like a music producer. I think Wayne was a manager like that. Okay, so you said and asked, where you at? He said the Stu. You said drop the race. What happened next? Him and Didi went back to talking on FaceTime. Yeah. And where were you sitting in relation to Mr. Wilson? Were you in the back of him? Were you in front of him? Were you sitting in a circle? How did it look? I was always sitting all the way like the driver's side, all the way in the back. And Didi like an angle of me. Okay. And what about CVO Shorty? It was like right there, like in front of you. Like Boogie was right there. So he's right here. You're making a motion with your hand. Were they in like the side of the van? Center of the van? Yeah, like you could say the center because it was me, them, Boogie. Boogie was over there. Okay, so when Mr. Wilson continues his conversation with Mr. Banks, Mr. Wilson's back to him at that time. Some of the time he was moving around. Like we was up there. Like, we was moving around when he was talking. Okay, did you make any stops on your way from San Diego to Los Angeles? Yes. Tell us about that. I don't know which one was first, but we stopped at, we was on top of a mountain somewhere. Like it was, I don't know where it was at, but we was in a high, up high somewhere. And he's like, you can look down, it was dark, but you could see all the lights, house lights, street lights, it was lit up in the mountains. We stopped for a second, we got off the spinner, we stretched our legs and stuff. Now I remember somebody trying to take a picture, but it was like dark. I remember even like opening my phone. Man, okay, they go to Target and stuff store. Why did y'all go to that shit to get hoodies and gloves? Why do you need gloves? I mean, because when you do so, you gotta try to disguise yourself some type of way. And none of us had none of that. So it sounds like you always start purchasing gloves. Yeah. Did you purchase hoodies and gloves? Yes. Did everyone purchase their own hoodies and gloves, or did one person purchase it? How did they go? Nah, we didn't all like individually like go to the register by ourselves. Yes. No. Okay. But you all got hoodie gloves individually. Yes. Okay. And you went back to Sprinter and continued on LA. Yes. Okay. So eventually you arrive in LA. Yes. Okay. Tell us what happened when you arrived. We pulled up at, I remember it was a car lot, like right there somewhere, like on the side of us. Like we was on a street, a busy street, wide street. But when we appeared, cuz said, go back. He hopped on, said, what's up? Him and Didi stepped off for a second. Like it's the two of them. I don't know what they was conversation was about or nothing, but
open a Chime checking account in 2 minutes and we'll spot you up to $200. Apply now. Open a Chime checking account in.
He hopped back on because I got some bad news. And I'm like, what's the bad news? Cuz say I only got 3 guns. And so just we understood once you get to Los Angeles, you said cuz not with you in the Sprinter van. Yeah. And the first time you saw cuz is when he came to Sprinter Van Door. Yeah. Okay. Was there an initial greeting or did he just leave the Sprinter van with Mr. Wilson? No. We said what's up with him. I think I even shook up with him. Yeah. But okay. And then you're point Mr. Wilson's and cuz step off the Sprinter van? Yes. At some point, who's in the Sprinter van? Me, Boogie, Fly, CVO Shorty. And you said that that cuz eventually came back? Yeah. Did he come back with Didi or did he just come back alone? He came back with Didi. He said he had bad news. Yes. So tell us what happens from here. So he said he got bad news. He got 3 guns. So I remember trying to see which it was. I don't. Cuz had them. Didi was grabbing them from him. Like I remember that 2 Glocks that had sticks on them hanging out of the pockets. I ain't sure which one. But I know Didi grabbing the guns. He gave him the CVO Shorty first. Was a Glock, and then he gave Fox the other Glock that had a switch on it, and he held the Beretta in his hand. He said to me, "I'm rusty." You rusty? He like, I don't know, kind of rusty. It's been a while. Referring to you. Yeah. Did you take one of the firearms? Yeah. He gave me the Beretta. So Jim's gun had jammed. He only shot twice. He actually, that's crazy. Yeah, Jim shot twice before shit jammed on him. He gave me the Beretta. Was there any discussion before that moment who would actually be the shooters? No. Okay, so that was the moment it was determined who would be shooting. Yes. All right. And you mentioned the switch. What is switch? It's a piece that you put on the back of a gun to make it fully automatic. You put on the back of the Glock to make it fully automatic. And you mentioned that is the one Flocka, Mr. Jones had. Oh, so Flocka the one who killed killed Lil Pop. Yes. Okay, what happens next? He asked where the car was at. I don't remember who asked, but somebody asked where the car was at. He said he was either pulling up behind us or he was behind us, and we got out the car. When I got out the Sprinter, the dude couldn't really see his face. He had his hood and shit tied up, but he was like wiping, like using the sleeve of his hoodie, like wiping the door handle stuff. This is another individual that you haven't mentioned? Yeah. Separate from the group that over to LA? Yeah. And not cuz. Yeah, not cuz. This was a person who cuz was getting the car from. Okay, it appeared this person delivered a vehicle? Yes. Okay, what did the car look like? It was a 4-door Infiniti, 10 windows. Did you understand that to be a slider or to be a hot car that was going to be using the murder? Yes. So you see this individual wiping the door handles with his sleeves and his hoodie. What happens next? Cuz gave him his money. He went about his way. So he leaves. Yeah. Are you outside at this point? Or are you still in the Sprinter van? No, we outside. Who is outside? All of us. I think like all of us was. Everyone who came from Los Angeles. Excuse me? Everyone who came from San Diego Airport? Yes, cuz, yeah. Okay, cuz. Where was the driver of this man? I don't remember. Okay, the slider gets delivered or the hot car. Yeah. What happens next? And me and Flocka, Boogie, and CVO Shorty got in our car, and Didi and Cuz got in the other car, the BMW. So Cuz got in the BMW with Didi? Yes. And you, CL Shorty, and Flocky got in the slider, the hot car? Yes. Okay, do you remember around what time it was? It was in the evening. Is that right? Yeah, that was night. Oh, yeah, it was dark. I don't know what time it was. Don't know. So once you all are in those different cars, where do you go next? We went to the hotel, and that we went that Rondo and them was at, and then it was like we had to follow, and I'm like to the side block, like it was kind of dark. It wasn't too far from the hotel was at, but that's when I got out of the car with Flocky and them, and got in the car with Didi. He was gonna see like the hotel, you know the ins and outs about it. So you parked a little bit from the hotel and what you call, yes. And you were saying that you got out the car and walked on foot closer to the hotel. No, I got in the car with Didi and Cuz. I got out the car with Flock and them, Boogie and them, and got in the car with Didi. Got it. Cuz. So now it's you, Cuz, and D in the BMW? Yes. And what do you all talk about? We was gonna see like scope the scene out, like see what was doing. Duty was on the phone, and Duty was letting it be known that that dude told him he was a certain amount of minutes away, so they had to get ready to come down soon, and that the weed dude was expecting some money, but he ain't giving him nothing. Like he just going to get the money for Quando, whatever the case may be. So let me just make sure I understand you. You say you are in the car when a vehicle with Cuz, Didi, and yourself. And Duty low cost? Yeah, he was on FaceTime. Okay. And he tells you that the weed guy who was Quando's location is close by? He wasn't really close by. This is what he told. He basically told Quando and them like he was, I don't remember the right number, but he was a certain amount of minutes away. So they're going to be coming down shortly. So this is coming from Duty Low. Duty Low is saying, I told the weed guy to tell Rondo that. I'm just going to object to repeating the direct. The jurors can hear the testimony. Mr. Morris, if it's clear, court overruled. Okay, so Duty Low is telling you and the folks in the car that Duty Low, talked to the person who was selling weed, who was providing Quando's location? Yes. And that person told Duty Low that that person had told Quando Rondo that person was almost their driver, there to deliver the weed? Exactly. What was your impression of that? What was some kind of trick to bring Quando Rondo downstairs? Yes. Can you tell us about it? Why do you think that? Because that's what Duty was telling us. Like, Duty not really coming. Like, Quando and them fixing to come out there, and basically, like, that is the plan, was to get them was when they came out to get the weed. Mr. Morris, can you publish Exhibit 13, page 6, please? Showing Exhibit 13, page 6. Have you seen screenshots like this before? Yes. Okay, this is when you were meeting with the FBI to talk about your testimony, right? Okay, and does this show surveillance footage from the travel hotel? From the Level Hotel? Yeah, it looks like the place, yeah. Okay, and does this look like the slider to the hot car? Mr. Morris, if you could zoom in maybe. It's kind of little. Kind of hard to see? Yeah, okay. Mr. Morris, zoom out, please. And what you said about this vehicle here. Yeah, okay. We was on opposite sides of the street at some point. Yeah. Can you repeat that? I said, yeah, because we were opposite sides. I remember I was being on opposite sides of the street at one point. Two different cars? Yeah. When you were on opposite side of the street, do you remember which car you were in? I was in a BMW. You were in a BMW? Yeah. With D and Cuz still? Yeah. Okay. So you got that car indicating that Quando essentially, that Quando Rondo may be coming downstairs from the Mr. Still. It's very leading, Your Honor. Court. All right. Mr. Still continues to repeat. The court, I understand that is your objection. Mr. Still, the objection is overruled. So Duty tell you that. What happens next? So, we sit there for a minute, looking through the look glass, see if anybody in. We sat there for a minute, but then we ended up pulling off. We all pulled off and went back to a little side block, and we was just like, are we going to go when we come out? We're going to let the other car know to pull up. Okay, so you were in a BMW right outside the Level Hotel. Yes. And the other car decided was somewhere else? Yeah, like we have our left. We went to the side block. It ain't that far away. I'm not from LA, so I can't tell you exactly where I was, but I was a little side block that was like dark. And that's where we had hot car flocking them part. And me, Didi, cousin, and BMW, we gonna pull up and we're going to go sit right there and see when they come out. And when they come out, we're gonna make the call to them to come. Did they eventually come out? Yeah.
I'm gonna edit that one out for sure. Sound like shit.
That guys you knew, yeah, they did. Someone came out, yeah. What happened? So they just came out without a candle or
Yeah, it's pretty much it for real, for real. It's your boy Sluu Hustle. If you watch this far along, man, please smash the like button, leave a